Welcome to Security Brief Nigeria. Please, if you are new here, kindly subscribe to our channel. The headlines: US boots on the ground in Nigeria will depend on Defense Minister's advice, Tuggar says. The news in details: US boots on ground in Nigeria will depend on Defense Minister advice, says Foreign Minister Tuggar. Tuggar made this remark during a CNN interview monitored by Sahara reporters on Friday following U.S. military airstrike in northern or northwest Nigeria on Christmas Day. Nigeria's Minister of Foreign Affairs Yusuf Tuggar stated that any decision to allow U.S. boots on the ground to combat terrorism would depend on the recommendation of the Nigerian Armed Forces and the relevant security agencies. Tuggar made this remark during a CNN interview monitored by Sahara reporters on Friday and verified by Security Brief Nigeria following U.S. military airstrike in northwest Nigeria on Christmas Day. When asked directly if Nigeria would permit the presence of U.S. troops on its territory going forward, the minister said the matter fell outside his immediate remit. These are operational issues that will have to be considered by our military. I am heading foreign policy. I am heading the Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Diplomacy. And it's something that the Minister of Defense and some of our security agencies would be in a better position to respond to, Tuggar said. He, however, confirmed that Nigeria collaboration with the United States in carrying out the Christmas Day military attack to northwestern Nigeria stresses that the operation was authorized at the highest level of government. But for now, we have collaborated on this attack. It was a collaborative effort between Nigeria and the United States, and President Ahmed Bola Tinubu gave the go-ahead before it took place. So we don't see it violating our sovereignty or territorial integrity, which is very important, he said. Tuggar also dismissed suggestion that the joint operation was driven by religious considerations, insisting that the focus was purely on security. And it is not about religious. It's about the protections of life and property of Nigerians and our neighborhoods or neighbors as well, he added. Addressing concerns and criticism surrounding the operation, the foreign minister said the government was prioritizing outcomes over philosophical debates. It's a matter of what I can see only describe as perhaps the choice between deontology and consequentialism, he said. According to him, Nigeria's approach is firmly rooted in achieving tangible results against terrorism. So far, or so for us in this particular matter, we are focusing more on consequentialism. So the end is to fight against terrorism, to stop the terrorists from killing innocent Nigerians, be they Muslim, Christians, atheists, whatever religion, and to also understand that this is a religious conflict, Tuggar stated. He noted that insecurity in Nigeria cannot be isolated from wider instability across West and Central Africa. It is happening in West Africa. It's happening in Sahel region. It's happening in the Lake Chad Basin region, he said. Emphasizing Nigeria's openness to international cooperation, Tuggar said the country was willing to work with any partner committed to combating terrorism. So this is important, but for us, whoever is prepared to work with us to fight terrorism, we are ready, willing and able, he added. The minister further argued that a recent development demonstrated Nigerian resolve to confront terrorism despite long-standing challenges. What took place yesterday clearly underscored the fact that Nigeria is not lacking in will and commitment to the fight against terrorism, he said. He pointed to institutional constraints, including restriction imposed by United States in the past, as obstacle Nigeria has had to navigate. So, we may have institutional challenges partly due to, for instance, the leading law that stopped the sale of military equipment, both kinetic and non-kinetic, to countries like Nigeria, Tuggar said. He recalled that despite those restrictions, Nigeria was able to acquire the key assets during Donald Trump's first term as United States president. And I have to say here also that even when the leading law was in effect, President Trump, in his first administration, acquiesced to the scale of aircraft, military aircraft, the Super Tucano, to Nigeria, he said. Tuggar added that those aircraft had since been deployed in active operation, and we appreciated that. And you could see that it was the aircraft were put to work. And this is a sort of collaboration effort that is required in the fight against terrorism in securing the region, he said. He further described Nigeria as a frontline state in the global fight against terrorism, citing the concentration of extremist violence in the Sahel. And what are at the forefront of the fight against terrorism globally? Because most of the threat is taking place in the Sahel region. So that is why we are at the forefront of the fight against terrorism. So according to him, available data show the scale of violence in the region. And you can even see from the records that the Sahel registered more death in terms of terrorist acts than any other part of the world, he added. He also rejected attempts to frame the crisis of religious term. And when you talk about the Sahel, the majorities are Muslims. They are not Christian, Tuggar said. A simplistic label don't solve complex threats at CNN. I made clear that the terrorism in Nigeria is not a religious conflict. It is a regional security threat. Nigeria's focus remains the protection of innocent lives and the defeat of terrorism through coordinated action with America. This speech is from Honorable Yusuf Tuggar. That's end the news in details. Let's take few comments from Nigerians reacting to this very news. According to Jemoro, but now they shout sovereignty before. Now una don't change mouth. Baba Bulaba. Another from Angwedi say, who knows if Sheikh Gumi is still in Nigeria? Our security forces have been infiltrated. They could have been very good at mop-up operation, only if rural dwellers were armed them for finish work. Where is Sheikh Pantami? Another strong person. That one is on hiding. Another comment is coming from next Presido. Tinubu should resign. He has failed in most important duty. Wow. The last but not the least, from Glory Man 91, he said, we don't want US in Nigeria. Government, do the needful, please. All right. Thank you for watching. Please, if you find this video interesting, share this video, like this video, comment on this video. Lastly, please subscribe. See you in our next video. Bye for now.